As we speak now, everything is falling into consideration. If any name is falling into consideration. That is why we can now look at ourselves, tell ourselves the truth, and what truly matters. This is the biggest food. Now, as we continue to write for freedom and spread this very focus onto the next one, I must say without hesitation that our point of view may fall accurately on the very position that we are standing. With all due respect, everything makes sense as it should. The one thing that leaves us with struggling is the very desire. And that very decision is very massive. I must put an end to some topic that we see on social media. And that is why our media is needed. Because if we don't get our media outrightly, is ready to turn every Biafran into a terrorist. It's not gonna take time, they will do that. But we fought and we fought hard. We made sure they never saw any opportunity. And that's the whole big room. So now that Biafrans are defending themselves, the zoo are now crying and say, oh, how do we run this whole point of view? How do we put this thing into that very consideration? How do we help ourselves in a very, very motionable way? And by so doing, everybody will get to understand the light in which we put together. So, as we continue to spread this very gospel and making sure that Biafrans are so who are now considered the biggest shot in history, can now look at each other and said, possibilities of gaining Biafra in the next few months is there. And that's where the truth is. Big victory. There's no two ways about it. Big victory. The Biafran soldiers had just been spotted with one of the most expensive weapons in the universe. This very weapon can only be gotten by those who understand the system and how it works. So, as we continue to prolong ourselves in the midst of what it is, we must understand that Biafrans are now ready. This weapon you are seeing with the Biafran soldier is what is used. They are about to fight that jet. Yes. this is the whole point of view, and one must say that the game has changed. We must continue to spread this focus as long as we have seen it all, and our journey to the redemption camp, to where this whole thing started, must be seen in accordance. So, now that's no more fly zone in Biafra land, because we already have what we can use to take down the enemy's fighter jet. It's going to be very difficult for the zoo to even invade. When I say very difficult, it's going to be very, very difficult. And that's where the storyline begins. We must take ourselves more proportionally, more accordingly, and well projected. It is to tell you that whether they like it or not, the whole situation room is becoming more exposing. So, as we continue to spread focus and put ourselves in this mirror of riding ourselves properly, we must again tell ourselves this truth, that Biafrans have now become one of the most anticipated voice that the universe needs to hear. Without that, we will say that we have been slowed down for too long. And by slowing down, we mean the gateway has now been opened. So, let's ride for freedom. And this is where the whole focus begins from. So let's engage ourselves in a proper way. And that's where the whole room is booming. Chineke ọrụ na omume maka na gịnị onye kwuvoro okwu kwesịrị ịghọta na gịnị the gateway is now open, and freedom which is not given must be restored. Ọrụ na omume.